Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a third last match of the night. It is the Dinero Dynasty. We're going to keep Optical Edwin, the Storm. He's going to take on JoJo Parker. Of course, Optical Edwin and Alpha handles. They were recruited from the Thunder roster into the Dinero Dynasty, making it a 5-man stable, including Raheem Dinero, the new United States champion, the Dinero Dynasty Tag Team Edition. That's JoJo Parker and Tyson Virgo, and of course those two are the two supposed to fight tonight. But replacing him will be the Storm, Optical Edwin, and he makes a tag to JoJo Parker, whereas Falco makes a tag to the Viper, Django Orton. And of course you cannot count out their contenders tonight. They have overcome every obstacle there is, every single obstacle there is. In the tournament, they were able to overcome the brotherhood connection of Honcho and Luke Cena.
Is there a bubble?
No bubble.
I was viewing him, so it zoomed in on him when he died.
I didn't see one personally. Anyways, but of course they've overcome all odds. They overcame a brotherhood bloodline connection between Honcho and Luke Cena, and of course they overcame Brutal Jackson, arguably one of the top tag teams in the division in all of Pro Wrestling, and they overcame him just by a T there, defeating Noah Jackson and Brutal Damon, barely edging out over Brutal Damon, who scored a win later tonight. So both teams have an impressive resume. Oh, yes, of course, and we cannot forget the Dinero Dynasty. I forgot who they beat in the first round, but in the second round they defeated Brooke and Ken, the Sped Force, and we see a tie between Falco and JoJo Parker.
Luck, man. Just all luck.
Yes, very, very lucky. But what you cannot deny is the undeniable connection that Tyson Virgo and JoJo Parker have. But the question here is, has Raheem Dinero kept everything together? Raheem Dinero kept everything together with his, with his tag team. He's got to make sure that these two are, at
I feel like Falco rushed that a little. He charged in before he was even healed.
Alright, here we go. Yes, very good call by CM Punk over there, of course. Even the substitute for Tyson Virgo is making a fantastic replacement. Oh. And the thing is, remember the story behind Protocol 484, the newly named team of Falco and Django. They are former tag team champions back in 2016. So these guys have really stood the test of time. One of the few teams that has lasted that long. Many teams don't last that long. Of course, the Dinero Dynasty. Yep. And the Dynasty leads over 484. And Protocol 484 has to get their teamwork together, has to get their connection together. Oh. And of course, typically speaking, we don't mention outside companies, but of course they are within the RWA. So, of course, you got to remember, in terms of tag team title experience, these guys, the Dinero Dynasty, have never held RCW Tag Team Gold. However, they have held APRW World Tag Team Gold. Some of the most prestigious tag belts you can win out there in the world right now. So that's got to be something considerably impressive. And they're looking to double stack on tag belts. Oh! Sorry, there's a bit loud of a clap there, but beautiful move there by Falco. You see the veteran-like experience, especially within the realms of RCW. He's made outreaches to other companies, but none quite as successful as his RCW run. Both Django and Falco are former world champions. They're both former Intercontinental champions, former United States champions, and tag team champions together. So many impressive things between these two, whereas the Dinero Dynasty is more or less titleless throughout all of them. They have very little experience in the ways of holding gold in the company, but JoJo Parker has never let that stop him before. You gotta think, how many teams are watching this from the sidelines? I mean, Sped Force has got to be watching, Brutal Jackson surely watching, Drew Galloway. We haven't seen him, we had only recently seen him now, but he is rumored to have to select a partner. Of course, maybe the Villain Club is watching. That's a bit of an ancient team. Now we haven't seen them in quite a while, but perhaps they are considering, and a full heel on the trip. Falco says, oh, come on, but that's actually not a bad thing at all. That gives his partner a heel likewise. This is going to be tough to call. Do you think JoJo Parker can pull a 2-on-1 to bring the Dynasty to 2 falls apiece here, Brooke? Apparently not. No. Can't even answer the question before it's over there. And remember, it is Optical Edwin, the Storm, and JoJo Parker representing the Dinero Dynasty against Protocol 484. And Django says he wants to make it up. A little tag there. Poor Falco. His tags are getting tagged. He's tagged. Maybe that redemption thing is not working too well. He has to get to the corner without dying. He has to find a way to get around the Storm here. He has to find a way to get out around the Storm. Ooh. This is narrow. And a desperate reach. Boom, the tag. And a beautiful move there. He's stretching his AMR. That sounds extremely painful. I don't know what an AMR is, but that sounds really painful to the least. And we got Falco and JoJo Parker going at it hand-to-hand here, ladies and gentlemen. Clean little action here. This has been one of the very interesting combinations here. We've seen it go either way, really. JoJo Parker going head-to-head with Falco here. Ooh. And a tag from JoJo over to Optical Edwin. No press. Here we go. The thing about this thing right now is Optical Edwin has to stay in there in a 2-on-1, but at the same time, it's got to be very pressuring to have to tag in and out so that you don't lose a member here. You got to remember to fight and tag at the same time. And sometimes multitasking when you're in a pressure-based situations this can be dangerous. And after this fall, we will remind you guys what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen. And a T equals a handicap situation. If anyone from the Dinero Dynasty is to tag, Django will receive a heal. I will slide him that extra D-lag.
Why don't you just have that as an option?
I might consider. I don't know. I like it being exclusive. Maybe I will. Now that I've just put it out on recording, so maybe starting next Monday we'll have the D-lag and the extreme D-lag option. Previously, I'd gone with sending it over to the replicated switch, which means nothing to anyone that doesn't know anything about scripting. But the problem is that doesn't actually show on the part count that it's been removed, so I don't want to take the risk. A, I don't want to take the risk. B, people will just think it doesn't do anything. So, not much you can do there. Ooh. And FUI broke me. Just a quick reminder while we teleport the competitors what this is all about. What I have in my hand is, of course, what they are fighting for. Two of these beauties. The RCW Tag Team Championships. The pinnacle. The arguable, maybe even wrestling pinnacle of tag team wrestling. Once you have this, you know you've made it. Here in the land of opportunity. And we're going back to the action here. I don't know if you're viewed to someone, but we're going back to the action here.
I pretty much viewed away from you right away because you're ugly.
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't want to break any screens.
And a tie here could go a million miles. Oh! It is down to Django Orton. He's looked for redemption. This is all it takes. JoJo Parker has one chance to win it for his team. Django must find redemption. Django has to find redemption.
Ooh. Match continues.
Notify all 15. Oh god, it's taking me forever to type. And a story simply told there, ladies and gentlemen. A story told in this match. But the question is, which team has it now? It is 2 faults a pop.
Django says he's rejoining.
Press Y for comeback move. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a back and forth contest between the Dynasty and Optical. Oh, Optical makes the tag. Optical makes the tag. It is to be expected. I gotta give Optical that. He looks a bit laggy. Slide that over his way. We slid it for Django. We slid it for him. So fair is fair, right? This could get ugly. Will it be the Dynasty's takeover tonight? Oh, bubble! That is heartbreaking as it comes. And even the good sportsmanship, you could see common ground by Protocol 484. They know the drill. They know it was made. They ain't trying to cheat, but they want that fair win to regain the tag team championships. They got to be one of the tag teams of Pro Wrestling right now, surely, right? I mean, coming up this far through the tournament, this impressive performance, it's got to solidify them as one of the top tag teams we have offered right now. Oh. And the beatdown. Neither of them can get on the Storm. Neither of them can get on the Storm. Ooh. Tag. He needs to make the tag. This is a bit of a nostalgia trip here. And a near tag there, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying his absolute best. And
aren't looking good.
A very narrow strategic maneuver there. The loop tags there. And the repetitive tags. Oh, big force. Maybe a tag smart there. JoJo Parker coming in. JoJo going in. Thing is, Django needs to stall time more than JoJo Parker does. Orton and Parker going head to head.
Oh.
And a big hit from Parker. And a tag from Orton to Falco. Falco maybe looking to make the tag. He's fighting his ground, but maybe that's not the smartest idea. One bad hit wrong, and JoJo... Oh, tag made! And the tag is made!
He didn't tag.
Who didn't tag?
Falco.
Oh.
Django tagged Falco, and Falco didn't tag him back. I think. I don't know. Maybe Django didn't tag? No.
And not a good maneuver there by Django Orton. You can see that the Dynasty's maybe a bit more connected there. I hate to say it, but maybe the... And he's fighting everything that he has. He is fighting everything that he has. This is truly a moment for Django Orton. He's struggled with being enough all his career. He has struggled with being considered good enough for these kinds of things all his career. Now's his chance. Many consider it just the tag team title, but to them, it is the tag team title. This is the dream for these two gentlemen. This is the dream for both men. And he might just have messed up his shot there.
It's over.
And there it is! And there it is!